timing with the music as well into game number 2 of the night. XLNC Shoutcasting welcoming for the first time ever on the stream, Cold Art.
Hey.
That's a little bit of Cold Art. Is this your first time casting?
Yes, it is.
Dude,
but don't worry, I'm fully
showcasing.
confident in my
it.
abilities.
I love it. I'm actually going. You have a Twitter account, don't you?
Probably, but I don't.
You don't
I
use
wouldn't
Twitter?
know.
All right,
Yeah, you don't have to plug me or anything.
No,
it's not
I'm gonna let everyone know that
We do what we must.
showcase.
You can plug all the accounts I don't use.
Tonight. If I can not talk what I'm typing, oh good. Which I'm really bad about doing. Give me just 2 seconds, and I will be done with this. Normally, this is where my duocaster is talking away.
Oh, you're right. That'd be a smart thing to do, wouldn't it?
But since you do, I'm not going to put that pressure on you. So,
Well, it looks like they're banning champions that they don't like, guys.
well, that's actually okay. So here, I'll give you a taste of what we do during this phase. If I was the one that was going to be talking about it. All right. So, Lee Sin, Aurelia, Lucian, Rammus, Vi. Not actually what you typically think as super strong bans. Aurelia definitely one that you want off the table. She's really strong in the mid as well as can flex to the top side. But we've seen more typical bans when it comes to complex games, things like Pike, things like Gragas, things like last game. Garen is a S-tier champion right now, destroying the top lane in almost every game that he's played. He has a crazy high win rate right now. So it's interesting that he was able to get through. Yasuo, another one that we usually see banned away, especially as it is in this case with Boxy on that same team. More than likely Yasuo's going to get traded over to Boxy. Jace is classically played Riven. This time though, because Plastic 4 probably doesn't know that Jace's plays Riven, didn't ban it out. And we're running through these picks very quickly. So, no free names grabbing the Misfortune, Jimmy Jar grabbing Kayn. This is something I do want to talk about. A couple weeks back, we saw Kayn in the jungle absolutely wreck face on Assassin mode against a lot of squishy champions, so not terribly surprised. But where do you place Kayn when it comes to strength overall in the game? Is he one of those more unique picks that in certain situations he does well, or is he just nowadays a really strong champion?
He's just generically strong. I mean, like, he's not good in pro because he's too overly, like, you have to get the form and he's just way too weak early game. But, in this kind of environment, this is something he can really thrive in. Because if he picks up enough kills early game, he can just take over completely by himself with blue Kayn, or he can become a menace in the red Kayn form in the later stages of the mid game, even if he slows down a bit.
And this is where you're going to want to see for the side of JimJamJamboree, them picking up some tanks, someone that can actually either CC Kayn really hard, such as like a Leona or a Maokai, that can kind of stop his rampage through the back line, or someone that is going to be healing through it all. Soraka's, silencing, those types of strengths that can actually stop Kayn. Because right now you've got a very squishy Misfortune and LeBlanc, which LeBlanc can, depending on how good the player is with her mobility, kind of take care of herself. But Misfortune is not known as a mobile ADC. She's going to be easy to get jumped upon. So I'm very curious on what support they pick up for the side of JJJ. And if we see any bans from RedRiot in their 5th ban option here to try to ban out some of those like a Sona or a Leona.
Oh, I'd be looking for like the Leona or the Nautilus here for Misfortune. She's probably going to be looking to snowball her lane if she's picking something like that. And it looks like they're going the Nocturne, so it looks like a very dive-heavy comp with the Riven, LeBlanc, and the Nocturne picked up, most likely here.
The best defense is a good offense.
So I'm not liking the Yasuo pick into Riven because it looks like he's going to be the top laner here, and that's going to be a pretty rough lane for him unless he's very good at the champion. But who knows?
Boxy is very good. I wouldn't say that he's challenger tier level, but he is very strong.
Is that Victor bot?
Wait.
Is that the sneaky Victor?
No, it's gonna be Victor in the top. This is my prediction. I'm not the
Yasuo
best,
bot
caster. It's gonna be Victor in the top lane, and the reason why is because blue side Victor has a lot of key features when it comes to the walls that he plays around to be able to sustain and last up there a lot. And This is going to be, I believe, a Malphite Yasuo bottom lane with Orianna in the mid. Now,
I could see that.
the one other option is a Yasuo mid, Victor top, Orianna bottom. And the main reason why I say that is because Catinator is actually a ADC main, and he loves to pick some kind of more off-meta things. He's played an Anivia ADC before. He's played some very unique picks. Now, we just saw him last game play mid lane. No, we just saw him last game play Teemo in the jungle. So we'll see. But I think that if I had to guess anything, because of the heal, it's Victor top, Yasuo mid lane, Orianna AD carry, support, Malphite. And I believe that Smite's going to be switched out for an exhaust ray.
Hopefully.
Right before
I think he might have forgotten. I think this is it's either a brand new strategy or he might have forgotten to switch it.
Some spectator glitch that occasionally happens, not always, but occasionally.
Oh, he did switch to exhaust.
That right? Sometimes it switches, but because it's a spell, the game won't necessarily update for us as casters until the very last lock-in. So we do have a Thresh as that final pick for the side of JimJamJamboree, looking for a lot of CC there. Before we go any further, let's roll through the players and their champions, and then we'll get into talking about these compositions. So for the side of Team RedRiot, we've got Plastic4, new to the stream, welcome, taking Yasuo. It is going to be him playing the Yasuo in the mid lane. JimJar taking the Kayn in the jungle. Catinator with the Orianna carry, not going to say ADC, bottom lane carry role. Boxy with the Victor in the top lane. And last but definitely not least, Broken Hearts on the Malphite in the supportive role. Give it over for JimJamJamboree.
JimJamboree's got Riven in the top lane as S Jaces. No free names as Misfortune as the AD carry. Delavado as LeBlanc in the mid lane. I'm gonna just butcher people. I apologize.
I did it all last game. It's fine.
And then as Nocturne in the jungle, and finishing up the lineup is Fresh on support with Zinc.
Taking that one down. All right, so looking through the compositions, you're seeing JimJamJamboree coming out with a bit more of a solid composition. You got the Thresh for the peel, which is not exactly what you want to see versus a Kayn, but if he can get one of those flay hook combos, he can definitely slow him down enough that maybe the burst from either a Nocturne LeBlanc or even Misfortune standing there is enough to take him down, and can still go on the aggressive against something like a Victor or Orianna. And then the last thing is, if Zinc is truly a top tier Thresh, something that can grab hold and stop Yasuo from dashing everywhere, can be really, really strong. The side of RedRiot's all over the place. What have you got?
I've actually played Malphite support for over 100 games, so I'm really interested. I think he's just gonna go the weenie build, which is the runic shield, instead of the full AP that I like to personally bruise, which means basically he's just going to be spamming his Q in lane and doing nothing and hoping that Fresh doesn't hook them. I think the bot lane of JimJamboree should be able to take this one pretty easily if they're coordinated enough and if Fresh can land their CC. And as for top lane, Victor top, everyone knows he's disgusting. But interestingly enough, Riven's one of the few champions that actually has a very solid matchup into Victor in the current meta. She can actually get onto him even with his kite, thanks to her abilities being, dashes rather than just walking. And this makes her actually pretty strong. As far as mid lane goes, I don't honestly, Ori and LeBlanc, it's hard to say. It's really, I think, a skill matchup. LeBlanc is disgusting, but it's going to very much depend on how good Delavado is at piloting the champion.
Oh, so you're calling the Orianna versus LeBlanc mid, whereas I'm calling the Yasuo mid.
Oh, that's right.
She's
AD carry.
She might,
I forgot.
Not. I could be wrong. I
forgot.
This is my. I'm sometimes actually. I think that when it comes to these weird lane compositions, I have like a 60 to 70% ratio being right.
No, I think you're correct in this one. I just forgot. I just forgot in the heat of the moment.
Welcome to the fun of XLNC. We got some crazy compositions that we rolled. But there was one game a couple weeks back that a team ran 3 smites just to confuse the heck out of the casters. They literally said in the Twitch chat, was it 3 or 4? It might have been 4 smites. They said in the Twitch chat, this is just for you. And we're like, thanks, this is great. How are we going to predict what lane you're all going in? There's so many smites.
Yeah. I will say, I'm not sure that this Malphite plays Malphite support much, because if he does, Aftershock Not a great rune on Malphite. It's literally only going to be used when you press R, and that's about it. So laning wise, he's basically not going to have a keystone for the first 10 minutes of the game or so.
Okay, and this is actually where what I was talking about last game, guys. I'm not going to switch away from this scene. Normally I have a transition scene, but I think I'm going to go straight into normal spectator mode for the stream, so that way you guys can see, which I hadn't seen before last game. It was my first time experiencing the minions, minion audience that watches you load into the game. If it'll do it, maybe we won't even do it this time.
Oh shit! There you go.
Yeah, look at all those happy little minions. That's so awesome. I wish the ghosts of all of the actual champions came up rather than the KDA champions and then switch over to the champions. But
yeah,
either way.
Well, it's nice to have it happen every game.
Little KDA dance party. There we go. So as you're saying, the Malphite, yeah. So with the bottom lane for the side of RedRiot, they've got the Malphite Yasuo if they're paired together, which
it does look like Ori's bot with the Malphite, which makes sense also because they can still wombo combo pretty hard.
Right. I was gonna say is with the Yasuo, which is really good later on in the game. You got Malphite ult knocking everyone up into the last breath from the Yasuo. Very good pairing. In the bottom lane, it could be good once post 6, where Miss Fortune's gonna have a much greater advantage earlier on. She's kind of more that one hit, do a ton of burst damage, and then go back to farming against a Yasuo that could be really bad until he hits level 6. With an Orianna, she's still a ranged champion. Shorter range than Miss Fortune, but still a ranged champion, so she should be able to get some poke down. And it looks like Cat is going to be bringing the spicy, I don't think I've ever seen it before, Doran's Blade True ADC Orianna. This is going to be one for the ages, and what a better champion to play to welcome Cold Art to the stream.
Oh yeah, not even Nashers too for Orianna. We're just going full AD straight from the start. I'm hoping for that Infinity Edge build as a third item here.
Riven
and it looks like
super aggressive onto Boxy, drops him down to 200 health really early on. So Jace is getting burned down a little bit afterwards thanks to those minions, but still, early trade. It is the Corrupted Potion start from Boxy though, so he should be able to heal up fairly well as a just normal potion versus Jace's.
Yeah, you can really see how Riven has the potential to actually smash this matchup in a way a lot of other top laners simply don't. She can just close the gap on the Victor just like she's doing right now and just chunk him out for a ton of damage.
And she's got that electrocute as well just to get that final finish and that statement of I'm here to party and get some damage down. Catinator going in for those extra auto attacks. The thing to remember on Orianna is that she does get those extra burst of damage with those auto attacks after hitting the same champion multiple times with it. So Broken Heart's going to go in with a few slow down. Zinc, he's forced to flash away as the command attack wouldn't have done that much damage, but it can definitely scare your opponent when you think that they're an AP Orianna.
Oh, Riven's going in.
Top side, Ignited ticking away, but he's still got a Corrupting Potion and it should be able to heal him back up.
Yeah, it looks like a missed opportunity from Riven there. I think if she had flashed onto the Victor instead of away, she probably would have had the kill, but you know, it's a break sometimes.
Ooh, nice side step from Desvelato to avoid the tornado from Plastic 4. Yeah, so trying to do what he can. He's got a minion farm lead at the moment that the wave is about to get to.
It looks like the junglers are about to meet up at the top side Scuttle Scrab.
We just saw them fight for the Scuttle Crab on the bottom side, and it was Kane that got away with it. He's got red buff, so he might be going straight in onto Nocturne. We got a fight in the mid lane as the Yasuo is going to be burning down a little bit. Leona, sorry. LeBlanc walks through the wind wall into auto-attacking. Yasuo takes him down in the top lane. Riven finally gets the last bit of pressure she needs to take down Victor after his Corrupting Potions finally wore off. And in the top lane, River, Nocturne was able to secure the Scuttle Crab thanks to the fear that he was able to put onto Kane.
And Victor's really regretting not taking teleport now, as he's going to miss an entire wave and maybe even a second wave of minions here, unless he's planning on ghosting back to lane. On the bottom lane side, on the other hand,
Zinc gets the flay, which pulls Catinator in. Whoa! No way! The misfortune damage. It's not only with the turret, but also the Make It Rain actually slowed Orianna down enough that she couldn't chase Zinc in. And
a nice play by Fresh.
Pulls Broken Hearts in, but he's not going to take that much damage underneath the turret itself. No free names, just harassing that Malphite out from underneath the turret. But good play, and what makes all of this even spicier, despite the 3 quick kills for JimJamJamboree early on, a 1,000 gold lead, it's an Infernal Drake start. What a better Drake for LeBlanc than Infernal Drake.
Yes. It looks like everything's going quite according to plan for JimJamboree here. They have a very snowbally team, and they're getting all the kills they need to get.
Beautiful tornado from Plastic 5 as LeBlanc stepped forward, but he can't find the last bit of damage he needs. Ignite's going to tick away. LeBlanc won't die. We'll see if she decides to stick around or recall. She's got one more potion.
Oh, she's feeling greedy. She's feeling greedy. She really wants that wave.
Yeah, she's using that second potion. She's got the Dark Seal as well, so should heal her back up to about 2/3 health. The Plastic 5 could try to die if he doesn't have level 6 yet, and that's probably what he's going to wait on before diving her underneath the turret.
Yeah, I think if he still had Flash up, he'd probably be considering it, but as it is, he's making, I think, the wise choice to not go for the very extremely greedy dive here.
All right, Catinator in that bottom lane, despite losing his life early on with a bit of over-aggression underneath the turret and some nice movement by the Thresh, still is up in farm by over 10 farm against the Misfortune. Yeah. She's had the fortune of being able to pick up a kill for herself, but being that far down in CS is basically being down a kill at this point, so it's still a fairly even lane in that bottom side.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to remember that even with these kind of mistakes, Catinator is still the highest rated player in this game. You know, he should be able to create these laning advantages over the other players in this team. Right. So I think he might be able to, at level 6 especially, be able to bring back this lane and hopefully snowball it for his team. As Kane's going for a gank in the bottom lane.
And this is a level 3 Thresh who doesn't have Flash or Ignite, so he's been slowed by Malphite, gets a double man play, but Kane's going to flash forward. That's going to be enough. JimJamJamboree picks up his own kill in the first for the side of RedRiot, knocking around the corner, but he's not level 6, so I doubt that he's going to find an engage.
And it's pretty likely here that this Kane might go blue, as most of the champions he's likely to gank are ranged. So we could be seeing a very fast, speedy assassin here as Nocturne.
With a quick flash on that top side to avoid the crescent sweep from Riven. But he's in trouble. You can see him pinging for assist. But his jungler is all the way on the bottom side, so I don't think Victor's going to be able to do that much. Nocturne coming around from behind. The pressure from Broken Hearts and Catinator pushing No Free Names back to the turret. But there's a Nocturne that's trying to pinch him off. Catinator's got extremely low mana, but it's the ADC Orianna getting a couple of auto attacks down. Heal for heal. No Free Names in trouble. Getting extremely low. Malphite drops to the Nocturne. I don't know why the camera was only focused on Orianna, but even still, it is a trade. Not even a trade, it's 2 for 1 overall between JimJamJamboree, only losing their Misfortune, and Nocturne gets his first kill of the game.
Yeah, Riven is just slaughtering Victor in this lane. He's had to back again and lose another entire wave to the tower. Even with some potentially sloppy CS here, it's still a 20 CS lead for the JimJamboree top laner. And it's going to be very difficult for Victor to climb his way back into this game, because once Riven gets in a lead like this, she can just continually do these re-engages and take his health bar down to nothing.
Now keep in mind that advantage is actually swapped completely on the bottom side. Orianna with the 41 farm to the 19 of Misfortune, who's finally trying to get a little bit back, but the wave is not exactly in their favor as it's already starting to kind of crash into the enemy turret, though she's able to kind of freeze it slightly outside that turret range. Mid lane fairly even in farm between these two. LeBlanc having picked up 1 kill though at a slight gold lead. Yasuo's got his level 7 now, so his ultimate is available if he ever decides to all-in the LeBlanc.
Yeah, I mean, Yasuo is the one they might want to be playing around at the moment. He has the best chance at really snowballing this game into their victory early on. If he gets a couple of kills in LeBlanc, who thus far, outside of that early kill, hasn't been able to pressure him too much, they could really break this game wide open.
Ganking in the top lane, like Foxy trying to get a little bit of damage down. Riven just using that slice and dice to get back to the turret. I know that's a Renekton skill, but it basically is exactly the same thing. Yeah. It's called broken
and a Nocturne gank.
Ooh, yeah, Nocturne to the bottom side. Nice Thresh hook as well. Flay, that's going to be the full CC onto the Malphite before he can do anything. Orianna just to get a little bit of damage, but then walks in, trying to trade onto the Thresh, but he's got a sliver of health. Last minion shot will do it! Orianna gets the kill on the bottom side. It's a 1-for-2 trade, but there's the last breath we've been waiting for all game long from Plastic 4 in the mid lane to take out LeBlanc, and that makes it a 2-for-2 across the map. Wait, 2-for-3 because Victor died on the top side.
Yes, yeah, this Victor lane is going to continue to be a liability for the... actually, real quick, by the way, I'm sorry to interrupt the casting. I think I might be a few seconds ahead of you. Are you on live?
Should be live. I don't think I can... Yeah. Oh, no, you're right. For some reason, I was slow for half a second. Not sure what that is.
Okay,
yeah. All right, we're good.
Sorry about that. I just wanted to, because
No,
I felt
you're
like
fine.
I was calling things about 3 seconds before you were. I was
You're
like,
fine. So Jimmy Jam goes to the top side, going in onto Sajasis, who was able to secure the turret, but this might be the Riven finally dropping, which would be shut down gold to the Kane if he can get it. He's been stunned up, but the Riven with the spell or with the shield might escape. Boxy walking forward. Neither of them have flash. The broken wings gets no Riven
And he
dies
gets it.
underneath the turret. The long range E from the Kane able to finish the last tick of damage, and the Riven will go down.
Yeah, I mean that's Victor really needs this. He really needs to farm up, get some creeps, get to that first item where he can get his Frozen Fist, or Iceborne Gauntlet, and hopefully start, being able to control the lane and not.
Malphite
it looks like
ultimate.
Malphite going for the ult in mid lane.
Using the ult and slowing down Blanc with a fancy play, starts to walk away, but Yasuo is on her, flashes in, finds the kill, and that is his second kill of the game at the moment, and 70 farm to the 55 of the LeBlanc. He, as you said, is starting to snowball. So the 2,000 gold lead you saw earlier, closing down to 1,000 gold between these two teams. However, earlier, the Infernal Drake was picked up by JimJamJamboree, and that will scale very well into the later stages of the game. Checking on the next Drake, it is a Mountain Drake. Something that's just nice to have.
Important to note that that JimJamboree's bot lane has an opportunity here. Malphite is essentially a cannon minion without his ultimate, and so they can actually have a big opportunity to make a play here with the Misfortune Fresh combo. If Fresh can flash and get a flay or a hook onto them, there's a very real possibility they get a double kill here.
All good, Cody. Welcome back to the stream. How was your vacation overall? I know you said you're happy to be back and happy to have your computer and play League again, but vacations are always nice as well.
Kane's looking for another gank on the top side, it looks like. He's hovering there for quite a while. It looks like Riven, he's backing, but it looks like Riven might give him what he wants as she's speeding towards Victor with the Yomus.
Kane is recalling.
Oh, and he backed just in time.
That is
unfortunate.
So painful. Could have walked through the wall and maybe saved his Victor, but the recall comes through. Perfect timing from Sajasis with no vision as well. Just worked beautifully. Sometimes you got luck on your side. And now
He made the percentage play, and it worked out in his favor.
Yes, you gain position to gank on the bottom side. Will fly in. There's the bullet time for Misfortune as well. Onto both members. They're both dropped. Thresh sneaks away one Zinc. I believe that was with the Ignite ticking down. And that's a double kill for the side of JimJamJamboree. And they're going to be moving straight onto the turret as well.
JimJamboree taking excellent advantage of the lack of the Malphite ult on the side of RedRiot here. Just able to smash down the bot lane of them. And hopefully take this first turret as well for the bot side.
Jimmy Jar looking to go in, but decides against it. Doesn't want a 1v3 underneath potentially a dead turret. So he backs away, going right back into the jungle. But that's that gold lead starting to really scale for JJJ. The Drake.
And it looks like he's opted the Red Cane as well.
So he's going for that extra tank, maybe wanting more knockups to pair with the Orianna and the Yasuo. Something I want to talk about very briefly, as we were saying earlier. This is a wombo combo team if they can get all 5 members together. In a true 5v5, Malphite ult, banking in onto the Thresh, forcing his flash out. So Zinc on the backside. The Yasuo goes in 1v3 now. He's all by himself because Riven's pushing the Malphite underneath the turret. He's trying to get in. Yasuo doing what he can. Dashes forward, finds one. Misfortune could be the next target. Can he make the outplay for a 1v3? He does! Oh my goodness! Plastic 4 destroys and gets a triple kill off of that.
Yeah, he just eviscerated them there. When I saw the play begin, I really thought it might go the way of JimJamboree, as Malphite only ulted the solo Fresh and they didn't even finish him. But Yasuo able to make the huge outplay and just turn it around on the entire team, almost single-handedly.
Esk in the bottom lane, gonna find Cat and Nader in a 1v1 situation. I don't know that Orianna, even with the shield and the ult, will be able to get out of the attack speed. Nocturne, but maybe she will. Uses the heal, flashes away with a flash forward from the Nocturne. The shield! No way! Command attack on the ADC Orianna gets the kill in a 1v1 versus Nocturne.
Yeah, Nocturne's reflex is just a little too slow. Couldn't get the W on the Orianna ultimate, and instead flashed a hair too late. But it looks like they're gonna pick her up anyway as Misfortune.
That is so nice. Orianna may have been able to escape from the Thresh, but he drops the Dark Passage, brings Misfortune in, and will fall. No free names, getting a 4th kill of the game. Has finished off her own Duskblade. That's not completed boots yet.
Yasuo's looking for Rome. It doesn't look like he's going to find anything.
Joining with Broken Hearts, but there's the pings, and JimJamboree says, all right, let's back away to our turret. Let's play it safe. We don't know where that Yasuo is. They know now, but at the time they decided to play it safe. And that's actually something that's been lacking a little bit from both sides, is they really like to go in, but it's costing them kills when they do that. Broken Hearts decided to gank it on 2. There's the last breath. Oh, wait, so after all of that, a caster curse. Ladies and gentlemen, caster curse in the making right there. JimJamboree played it
might
safe.
Be looking for
and then
a counter gank here.
Right forward into the ult from the Malphite.
LeBlanc's walked over a ward. They have full vision of this mid lane river gank here. It's looking like Yasuo and the Malphite combo might be going in for a fight here.
And LeBlanc decides to back away, hopping over the wall with the distortion to get back underneath her own turret. Nocturne joining to defend. In the meantime, though, Riven soloing out the Rift Herald. Should be able to pick that up with no one there to try to steal it away.
RedRiot's going to take this mid turret here. They managed to rotate the full force of their team, and they're going to keep... It looks like they might keep pushing in.
Broken Hearts joining the 4-man push in the mid lane. We'll see if they continue to siege it, or now that they hear the Rift Herald going down.
JimJamboree going in, but Nocturne just going in to die.
No backup there from the rest of the team. Esk just dives straight into the full force of the enemy team. Kane now finding out Thresh won't get the knockup, so decides to back away, but Thresh throw out the death sentence.
Riven's looking for a flank.
Miss.
Riven's looking for the flank onto them. I don't know if she's going to find it. RedRiot is on the far side of the lane, and she is not going to have access to their back line.
So RedRiot's pushing
like to head back top.
Bottom lane, most likely going to be turning onto the Mountain Drake. This gives Riven an opportunity to not only push out the top side, potentially 1v1 the Victor, could drop the Rift Herald as well, and start to push on a second tier turret. Mountain Drake will be allowed by JimJamboree. RedRiot picks that up to even up the Drakes in this game.
It looks like Victor has just decided that even walking with Envision or Riven is too much of a risk, and is just picking at farm where he can at the turret.
He just... honestly, I've done that plenty of times myself. I
It's
can't
the wise
1v1
play, I
it.
think,
I'm
here.
just going to walk away. I'll take some jungle camps or something, or fight underneath my own turret. There's no reason to try to 1v1 a Riven when she's currently 4-2.
At this point, Riven can probably dive in with almost impunity. Yeah, it looks like she's going for it.
Yep, there she goes, stepping forward, flashing in.
Oh, a nice Zanya's here, but not gonna be enough. Although here comes Yasuo, he can dash through all these minions and actually likely kill Riven if she doesn't respect his damage.
Yeah, so she's gonna back away, and Rift Herald, besides getting one charge, doesn't actually get that much more. So good initial setup by Sajaces, and potentially if Yasuo hadn't shown up, that would have been an easy turret and maybe a second charge onto the inhibitor turret. As it is though, Plastic 4 doing the work for the team, shows up, pushes her off, clears the Rift Herald as well, and now gets a lot of farm pushing back onto that top tier turret.
Yeah, when you're looking at RedRiot, you're gonna have to look at who can answer this Yasuo, because he's 7-1. He's looking towards his IE already. He's almost there, only a few hundred gold away. And honestly, I think Riven's the only one who can match up well against him at this point. So Victor might be able to find some farm in the other lane against an easier lane opponent.
He should actually be able to get it next time that he backs after clearing all those waves, as he's sitting on almost 1,000 gold. So he's going to be insanely strong. Another thing to keep your eye on is this LeBlanc. When will she finally come online? She's got the Luden's Echo, but she went with the armor boots instead, joining with the team. Nocturne ganking the mid lane, does pick up her second kill of the game, desperately needed. Man, this caster calling is just so on point. It's like I can read the future. Kidding.
It's looking like they're going to get this mid turret off this too. Malphite, posturing for a gank topside, is regretting his decisions and thinking about rotating back mid. It looks like he's going to take the mid.
Still wanting to push, so 3 members from JJJ going to be able to get that mid-tier first turret. Will they move on to the second-tier turret with the minion wave? They say, why not? JimJamboree.
There's nothing stopping them. Yasuo and Malphite are completely out of position to defend this. They're going to get a 3-second turret.
Yeah, they should be able to just focus it down.
Misfortune out of position, though.
But that's about it. She forced a flash off to the side. Nice.
Oh, what a great hook!
Well, that is gorgeous. Kane falls. No free damage. The beautiful bullet time through the entire CC by the Thresh. Riven tries to go in. Another hook onto the Yasuo.
Oh, and
the Malphite with 3 members ultimate. That's the way on ult as well to hold everyone in place long enough for Yasuo to start tearing through the enemy line. Zink in trouble. He's going to be finished off by Boxy, who comes from the bottom.
Oh, Nocturne's greeting for a kill.
Time, and the Malphite will be dropped. Nocturne able to get that, but I don't think he's going to be able to escape, so he's going to fall, and that is a clean ace by the side of RedRiot. They lose 2, but it's totally worth it to get the ace and free push this mid lane.
They're likely going to take at least 1 turret here, maybe even push for 2. Probably just the 1. Mess Fortunes and Fresh will be back up in time to hold this.
So where JJJ had a 2,000 gold lead, it's now RedRiot that takes the gold lead with 1,000 gold. Baron up in about a minute, which will give them time to reset buy with all the gold that they just got. Keep in mind, Yasuo hasn't backed yet. He's still sitting on almost 3,000 gold and has yet to pick up his IE, which is just
Oh, they're going to get a
insane.
pick here on Ori, though.
Detonator maybe going down. There he is. Gets snared up by the LeBlanc. That's going to be the Eternal Chains and the Eternal Sleep, at least for the next 31 seconds for her.
Yeah, at this point in the game, I think the favor is starting to shift more and more in the favor of RedRiot here. As their team comp is starting to scale up. Yasuo in particular, it doesn't look like JimJamboree has an answer for him, as he just keeps going through these fights unmolested and taking kills as he pleases.
Have to see if.
Oh, and hey, look, he's looking for another play. He's going for the 1v3. He doesn't care.
But he does get CC'd, and that should be him falling, and that's what I was going to comment on, was that the target was good last time. Thresh was able to get the hook onto the Yasuo, but the Malphite was the one who ruined that. This time, the over-aggression from Plastic 4 pays off for JimJamboree, as they're able to pick a kill on him.
And this is why people don't like Yasuo. They get a few kills, and they just go a little over-aggressive.
Forever! Can't get to the blast cone, literally standing on the blast cone. All he has to do is auto attack it. He hops over the wall to safety, but no, CC permanently until death, and that is the best CC of the game. Baron,
and that's an unfortunate timing, because with the Riven up, they potentially could have looked towards Baron, but now they're just gonna have to reset and back for some items, and hopefully look for another play on the RedRiot's key members.
And now that Yasuo's picked up his IE, he's also grabbed the extra BF sword, so he's going to have crazy amounts of damage whenever he gets the engage. We also have the cooldown coming off of Malphite ultimate in another minute or so. Orianna ult's already up and available as well, so that wombo combo is coming online soon. See if they can land it a second time. They've already done it once. Another big fight could grant them an inhibitor.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my train of thought just left. RedRiot really needs to be looking for more picks here. I think they need to start picking up some more pink wards and putting vision deeper into the side of JimJamboree's jungle. They have a lot of ways to pick fights here. Malphite can choose one at will. They get one pick and they can almost very quickly take a Baron in less than a few seconds of that mountain drain.
Yeah, I like that they not only put vision on the bottom dragon side of JimJamboree, so they have vision around there, but now they're playing to the top side, so they could retreat to the Baron if they see JJJ trying to do anything crazy.
Ooh.
Gonna hop over the wall, get a pretty good burst damage onto Boxy. In the meantime, Orianna pushing the mid lane, but she's all by herself. She ults, she's already dead. Nocturne able to help Misfortune to be able to pick up the kill. Nocturne may... Oh, Zhonya's to avoid
the stopwatch as well
from the Kayn. He's gonna go
down.
and
Riven gets a solo kill on Yasuo.
Is inting at this point in the game. What are they doing? So Jace's trades in 1-for-1, or not only trades, but actually gets the 1v1 on the top side, picks up a second turret as well. Free pushing onto the next turret, decides.
And their pings on Baron. Their pings on Baron. Looks like this is going to be the play for JimJamboree. Well, I mean, there's not. RedRiot has no answers. Victor is not in the power stage to where he can really even feasibly contest this without basically inting himself.
And the jungler is down for another 10 seconds. The Baron not falling quite as fast as I think JJJ would like, but they should still be able to pick it up. Yeah, it's already at 3,000 health. No contest. So Baron to the side of JJ. They could go for the Mountain Drake after recalling and buying. With that puts the game state right back into their hands, as well as a 3,000 gold lead.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Yasuo really wants to be looking towards more tanky itemization here. He's got a lot of damage already. If he just gets a Sterix Gauge the way the Riven is, or even a Frozen Mallet, I think he could be doing a lot more work in these fights. Because if he goes down, honestly, the side of RedRiot doesn't really have much left in the tank. This AD carry Orianna, while an interesting pick, is not likely to be carrying these fights the way she's been playing them.
They are grouped together though. Malphite does have his ultimate. If he can find a perfect 3 or 4 man ult, it would be beautiful for RedRiot. Can they get in position though? Riven gonna hop on the wall. Malphite decides she's the target. There's the last one.
And an excellent wind wall
too. No free names trying to get the bullet time down, but will all land into... Wait, oh, taking a lot of damage. Knocked up as well. The Nocturne going in. Yasuo's already dead. Misfortune able to finish him off underneath the turret. Zink to the back line, trying to defend.
And the fight's
Moves
still
forward,
going.
Looking for the victor. He is going to be stunned up for a moment, though, so JimJam over the wall will fall as he's not able to do anything with Misfortune. The true AD carry, carrying the team forward, and Thresh picks up the last tick of the kill, which is the ace for the side of JimJam, and that should secure them full advantage in this game. They've got the Baron. They're going to be able to defend the bottom lane turret. They've got 7 kills and 6,000 gold lead. Where are they going to push next?
It's looking like they're looking towards the bot side turrets. That's the last outer turret available before they can get working on those in-hit turrets. And as you can see in that last fight, Yasuo's lack of defensive stats is really not paying him any dividends here. As soon as he gets popped, RedRiot just doesn't have any options but to deal with the Nocturne, LeBlanc, and the Misfortune. Malphite, especially after Malphite ults, there's not much left that they can do to keep these fights going in the same way that JimJamboree is. It does look, though, like JimJamboree wasn't able to make much happen with that team fight. It seems like they were just suspended pressure and picked up farm. And basically have extended their gold lead rather than taking any meaningful objectives.
Which is an interesting choice, especially when they are pretty far ahead. It's a safe choice, but again, keep in mind that RedRiot has that wombo combo. One fight could turn the tides of this game. Unlikely, but still a possibility and something to keep an eye on. As we see, they do all have their ultimates available for use. Investment, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Glad you had fun in the game. Hope you enjoyed the ending of the game casting. As I said, all these games will be on YouTube for your viewing pleasure at a later time, to share them with friends or drop them on any of your social medias, as well as I do my best, though I'm not always the fastest, at clipping some of the best plays of the game and putting them on my Twitter account, so you can check those out as Malphite Ultimate.
Oh, another fight opens up in the mid lane.
Maybe he'll take out LeBlanc, but she's flashed to save it for the moment. The Nocturne, that's going to be the bullet time for Misfortune, and Nocturne gets a double kill. Malphite all alone inside the entire enemy team. He's going to drop, and Desvelado with the quick
This could be the game.
escapes and is now able to recall with her life. The middle inhibitor going to drop for RedRiot. They've got 3 members already down. Oriana's trying to split push on the bottom side. Should be able to pick up her own turret.
Loyalty will be rewarded.
Oriana and Kane can't match this.
Goes on a
and LeBlanc stops the back.
which is in strain. Desvelado.
We are made
is
by
able to
our
get in
choices.
And stop the recall from the Oriana. Maybe trading her life, is able to escape for the moment in the mid lane. Everything
We
is
are
going wrong
made
for the
by
side of
our
RedRiot.
choices.
Hearing tons of sub notifications. Appreciate the hype, Lord Reese,
Loyalty
as he
will be
dropped
rewarded.
5 subs to Harry.